Hello and welcome back everyone, and this is it. We have hit the beginning of the challenge, season 37, Spies, Lies, and Allies. Now, last night's episode was an episode 0, a global activation special where we got to meet all of the cast, see them move into the house, interact with each other, and have everything set up for the first mission that we're going to see in the official premiere episode of the challenge, season 37, happening on August 11th. But there was a lot of information given to us during this episode, and we got a lot of feel for the rookies, for where the vets are now in their challenge careers. So let's just jump into this, starting off where this episode starts off with beautiful shots of Croatia, and then we get to see TJ, and he's talking about the challenge. He is still calling himself the handler in the challenge instead of the host. I wish he would just go back to being called the host, but he talks about the challenge being a tough competition that will test your mind, body, and heart. Then we move into the cars of the US competitors coming into the house first. Now in the first car we have Cory, Nelson, and CT, and this is just a fun car where we have Nelson talking about him bringing a thong for the pool, CT's cracking jokes, Cory's wishing that CT would have stayed home. We move into the second car where we have Cory Lay, the rookie, with Amanda and Ashley. Cory is a fan of the challenge, he knows who everyone is, and it sounds like he wants to be an honorary lavender lady with Ashley and Amanda, who is being reunited on this season of the challenge. It's been a while since they've been on a season together. Then we move into the third car, which is the survivor trio of Michele, Michaela, and Tommy. And this is where they make a pinky promise with each other that they're gonna have each other's back throughout this game. And Michaela is a little apprehensive about this arrangement. She knows that Tommy and Michele are very close outside of Survivor, outside in the real world. And so she feels like a third wheel, but she's going to take this deal to appease them and to get some numbers on her side. This is exactly the reason why many of the fans wanted to see Michaela on the season. She's already thinking of this strategy before walking into the house. I love to see it. I think we all love to see it. The fourth car is Anissa, Jeremiah, and Tori, where we see a little bit, maybe there's going to be some love connection between Anissa and Jeremiah. The fifth car is Josh, Devin, and Fessy. And this is one of the funniest first reactions and impressions that we're getting as Devin is looking back and forth between Josh and Fessy going like, yeah, remember that whole Big Brother sucks last season? Come to find out they buried the hatchet, and Devin is well within the Big Brother alliance, working very closely with Josh, Fessy, and Casey on the season. And then in the sixth car we have Casey and Nany together alone, and they're both coming into the house single, and they have eyes for each other, and you can tell that they have that chemistry, they have that spark. We saw it in Total Madness, and now they're coming into this house single, and I think that they're going to be looking for a love connection while also competing very tough in the challenge. Then we have all the cars pulling up to the challenge house, which is gorgeous by the way, and that's when everyone runs out of the cars, runs inside, puts their stuff on the beds that they want, but instantly they realize that there are more beds than people in the house, and they're wondering what's gonna happen next. Why are there more beds? Where is everyone else? Once everybody makes it into the house, that's when we start popping in and out of different conversations. So I wrote down some bullet points, some conversation pieces that I want to just touch on. First, I want to mention that I love Cory L. I mean, he comes into this house, we find out that he is a fan of the game. He knows a lot of the competitors. He's wondering where Big T, Kyle, he knows people by name. And also I love his story. He's talking about coming out to his father, what he wants to represent on this season of the challenge. You can just tell that he is going to be a competitor. He is going to be a player. He's going to be a person who's going to give you a lot of heart on the season, but also he is here to compete and have a good time, which what more could you ask from a competitor on the challenge? We move into Nelson, and he still has a lot of hate in his heart for Fessy, and he wants revenge on Fessy. I'm like Amanda in this conversation where she's just like, yes, use it, let it flow through you, and I love it because I definitely want to see Nelson get that revenge. Speaking of Nelson, him and Ashley actually have this like friends with benefits thing going on with each other, which is very interesting, especially when we're thinking back to the reunion of double agents where they had kind of a spat against each other. I guess they used that passion to strike up some romance. I wonder how that's going to affect each other's game within the season. Are they going to still be friends with benefits within the season? Which is interesting because we already saw kind of Nelson hitting on Michele, trying to get her to switch rooms to be closer to him. Michele is no joke. She knows what she's doing within this game. She is already talking to Ashley, gravitating towards her, and also she has a very good social game. in Survivor, bringing that into the challenge, and she is like popping up everywhere. She is like being shown in a lot of different areas, talking to a lot of different people. She is spreading around, and even people are saying, like Nani talking to Amanda and Ashley, saying like, oh, I do like Michele. So she's making very good first impressions. And finally, I wanted to mention that it was very nice to see a different side of Fessy as he is talking about his religion. The challenge season is happening during Ramadan, and so he is going to be fasting from sun up to sundown, and you could see him putting plates of food in the fridge for when he was able to eat. I think it was great for the challenge to show that, and also for Fessy to share that with us. But not long after that, that's when the lights are flashing and we have the alarm going off. Everybody runs to the backyard where they see a TV screen of TJ coming on saying, hey everybody, there is a mission going on. Everybody get your gear on, and you're leaving the house, get in the cars, and let's go. Everyone dons their gear, and everyone heads out of the house, and while the US competitors are away, that's when the international players are coming to the house, and so they're splitting them up. They're not going to be able to interact with each other until the first mission of the season. I really like this twist. I'm very excited, especially for how they handle it as the night goes on. Let's move into meeting some of the international cast as they are in the cars. The first car has Huey, Gabo, and Kyle. And Kyle's very excited to be coming back to do another challenge season. We have Gabo, who likes the Jersey Shore. The second car has Big T, Bettina, and Logan, where Logan is saying that this is a dream come true to be on the challenge, to compete in a very high level, and Big T is just being enamored by Logan and his looks, which, can you blame her? And also, something that stood out to a lot of fans, especially on Twitter, was Bettina and her laugh.
Bettina's laugh. Oh my god.
The third car has Priscilla, Emmanuel, and Emmy, which we get a little bit more backstory on all of them, where we have Emmanuel, who is very much in the know in the challenge universe. Emmy is very excited, but she's also looking for some drama. And Priscilla is very impressed with the Survivor competitors, and she is talking about how she's coming from Love Island, which you're just kind of like finding connections and love connections, and the challenge is a very different game, but she didn't come here just to party and sit by the pool. She came to compete, which I love to hear because I love Priscilla on her Love Island season, and to hear her say that she's ready to get her hands dirty and to compete and do whatever it takes to win that money just makes me so excited. Then we move on to the fourth car, which has Kels, Esther, and Tacha. Kels is coming in looking like a beast with his size, with his intensity, and Tacha is coming in saying that she is ready for anything and everything that the challenge throws at her, and I'm excited to see her compete and see all of these competitors compete coming into the challenge house, which, speaking of which, the cars pull up, they all get out, they run inside, and instantly they're wondering what's going on. There's food lying around, there's cups everywhere, there's clothes and bags already on beds. What is happening? Who has already been here? Kyle's like, yes, the US competitors have already been here. They're gone. Something is happening. And again, coming into the house, this is where we're popping in and out of different conversations. But this is interesting as we see what the intentions of the rookies are and who's in the know in the challenge universe and who is kind of just here ready to go with the flow, kind of coming in blind. We have Gabo, who is definitely coming in blind as a bat of what the challenge is and what it entails. We have Nam, who is nervous about what's going on because he sees that there are people missing. Where are they? He knows something is gonna go down, but what is it? He's talking to Gabo, and Gabo's just like, I'm eating, I like the Jersey Shore. There's a point where TJ comes on the screen talking about there's going to be a mission the next morning, and Gabo's just like, who is this stranger on this TV? Legit coming in unprepared. Like, you couldn't take some of the quarantine time to kind of rewatch some of the old challenge seasons. Just like earlier in this episode, we have the lights going off and the alarm sounding, and everybody runs outside to go see that TJ comes on the screen saying that there's going to be a mission starting tomorrow morning and that they're going to have to extract their partners. While they're outside watching TJ on this TV screen, that's when somebody comes in with a briefcase full of files and drops them off on the coffee table and heads out. That's when everybody comes back into the house and sees that there's 2 giant briefcases with a tons of files, and in these files are the player profiles for the US competitors. So all the international players are going to be starting to look into this. They can do some homework on who possibly they want to be their partner in the game. And throughout this episode, we get these like flashes of where the US competitors are, and they're being chained up to this giant cinder block tower, which we've seen in the super trailer and in the normal trailer, and they're using these sledgehammers to break away and free whoever they want to be their partner. I think this is a fun twist. It kind of reminds me of War of the Worlds, where the rookies are able to pick which vets they want to be partnered up with, but now it is going to be the international player is going to have to do something to get the partner that they want. And now this is where we start getting a lay of the land of the rookies' strategy coming into this game and which partner that they would like to be partnered up with. And it is here that we get to see exactly who has been watching the challenge and doing some homework and who is completely just like oblivious. We talked about Gabo already. I think Renan has done no preparation whatsoever, as he is just like, I don't care who I get partnered up with. And I guess that's a good thing to keep your mind open, but I also think of the old adage, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. As we can see, Berna doesn't even need to look at the files. She's like, I already know who I want my partner to be, and I want it to be CT. He is a legend in this game, and she knows he's a legend in this game. Kels comes in saying that he wants to be partnered up with Casey or Tori, as Casey is a beast, and Tori also knows how to get far into the game. Also, he finds her attractive. And then we have Bettina, who we heard in the promo say that she had no idea what the challenge was by the time she got put on the cast or got called for it. But after she was called, she went and watched the last 3 seasons and binged them, and she said she fell in love with the game. She has 3 people in mind who she wants to be partnered with, and that is Cory, Fessy, and Tommy. And then we have Huey asking Kyle who would be a good partner fit for him. And I also like this part of the episode where we have like Kyle, Nam, and Big T giving more analysis that is not in the books, where they're giving some of the personality of the US competitors that are going to be in the game. Big T is telling some of the women about Josh and the type of competitor he is. Huey is asking Kyle on what partner would be best for him. Kyle is talking about how he thinks that the best woman in the game is Ashley, as she is a 2-time champ. She's very smart, but she is also a Viper, and she will do whatever she has to make it far into this game. He also talks about Anissa being a very fun partner to have, so Huey is going into tomorrow's mission thinking, I want either Ashley or Anissa as my partner. Then we have Nam talking to Logan about, hey, if we want to work together in this game, you're gonna have to pick somebody that I'm good with and that we have a good relationship with. And so he tells Logan, maybe you should go after Anissa. I'm very close with her, so go for Anissa. Logan says, yeah, I'm totally gonna go for Anissa. Emmanuel, again, who knows this game and knows the competitors that are in it, says that he wants Casey. Casey is strong, Casey is athletic, and she is not fearful of anything, which is very much in suit with Emmanuel. So he thinks that her and him will work very strong with each other throughout the season. So he has eyes only for Casey. And then we have Esther talking about her strategy and saying that she is good with puzzles, she is good with numbers, she is good with mental stuff. Now she wants somebody to help balance her out with size and height, and she wants somebody that has numbers within this game, that has a good social game, and is coming in with the numbers because she's a rookie. She wants that protection, she wants that padding, and so she's looking at Fessy or CT to be her partner. And this is why I love the format of night 1, this global activation, because the way that they set it up, this isn't like, oh, we're gonna just interact with each other and then we're gonna have a schoolyard pick and whoever I meshed well with is who I'm gonna be partnered up with. No, this game is, you're not gonna meet whoever your partner is going to be right away. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do your homework. You're going to have to actually figure out who you want to be, come up with a ranking list of who you want your partners to be, and then when you're at that mission, you're going to have to compete and you're going to have to do something to get that partner. It kind of reminds me of Fresh Meat, where they had the portfolios of all the rookies and all the stuff that they did. I love this night 1. I thought it was a really, really solid first impressions for everyone who is on this cast. I think the house is beautiful. I think this cast has a lot of potential, and I'm very excited to see how this game is going to be. I mean, during the off season, when we're watching these promos, watching the super trailer, watching the trailer, watching watching the live aftermath, we kind of get an idea of what to expect from the rookies and the vets, but it really comes down to how everyone is going to be once they're inside the house, once they're inside the confessionals, and we get more of their personality in the game. And can I just say, I was excited coming into this global activation episode, but after watching it and hearing everybody talk, getting their confessional time and getting their camera time, I'm very excited. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I can't wait for Wednesday's episode 1 to see everyone compete and doing their thing. I cannot wait. But that is it for the video. I turn it over to you. What do you think about episode 0, the global activation special? Who stood out to you as somebody that could do really well in the challenge? Who were you nervous about coming into the season, but after watching the episode, you were kind of getting more of a feel for them and enamored by them? Let me know that in the comment section below. Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting against? Let me know anything and everything you thought about during this global activation episode down in the comment section below. Are you excited for Wednesday? Let me know that too. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really soon with more Challenge 37 content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.